Let's create a block with a custom block model. If you want to go deeper, the 26.x modding courses are linked down below. 30 plus hours covering complex block entities with fluid and energy handling, custom mobs, custom networking, and even custom biomes and dimensions. Everything you need for 26.x all in one place, linked down below in the description. Alright, we find us back in tutorial once more, and in this tutorial we'll be adding a block that has a custom block model. So basically continuing the idea of the custom block models. We've seen, of course, the Blizzard staff last time. And for this, once again, we're going to go to Blockbench right here, where we have the pedestal. I really like this model. It's a very simple model, to be fair, but I think that it's really cool. And I also want to continue to use it later when we talk about block entities, because there's all sorts of things that we can do with this. And it's like a really nice sort of idea to show exactly everything that is that has to do with block models. Of course, as per usual, the Blockbench file and all the rest, all of this is linked in the description below, so no worries. If you have it, of course, then you can simply go to File. You want to export and export block item model. This is going to export a block model JSON file, so it's also going to be a JSON file. Pedestal.json is totally fine, and we can also save the texture by right-clicking and save as. I already have the texture, so we're good to go, and let's move on to IntelliJ. Here, it's actually fairly simple. Now, we do want a custom block class for this, and there is a small reason. So, generally speaking, the model here is pretty much, it has like full symmetry. So yes, in theory, if I were to rotate it around by 90 degrees, it looks a little bit different in terms of the texture, but not really. It's not really noticeable for anyone. If it had like something like, this part would be a little bit bigger, let's say, for the sake of argument over here. Yeah, then all of a sudden, it would obviously be, like, if you rotated it in 90 degrees, then it would be different. So then you would have to do something slightly different, which is add a custom facing block property. Now, we're not going to do that. We're just going to add it and actually change a little bit of the bounding box. I highly recommend, if you are interested in the direction, so let's say you have something like a chair. Let's say you have like this guy over here. Obviously, if you set it down, you want it to rotate around similar to how the furnace does it. Then if you have something like that, then what you want to do is you want to look at the horizontal directional block class over here. This one that has the facing property. Super simple. Basically, it's pretty simple in that case. But let's just proceed with the pedestal for now. In the block custom package, we're going to make a new Java class called the pedestal block class. There we go. And this one is going to simply extend the normal block class over here. We'll hover over this, create constructor matching super. Now we want to add a new voxel shape. What is a voxel shape? Well, the idea is that when you hover over the block inside of the world, we want to restrict this a little bit. So we don't want to have this be a full 16 by 16 by 16, because that would look a little bit weird, because this actually doesn't go up to 16. It only goes up to 12. So it would just look weird. So what we're going to do is we're going to have the following. We're going to make a public static final, and there's going to be a voxel shape right here, shape equal to block.box in this case. You can see it actually suggests here to me 0 to 16. That is fine, but we do need to change the numbers over here, because this is actually going to be a 2 on the X and the Z minimum, and then a 14 on this one, a 13 on this one, and a 14 on this one. Those were already, and a 0 here on the min Y. Those were already determined beforehand, so this is just calculated. If you have a truly crazy shape, I recommend you take a look at, for example, this would be the lectern. There we go. The lectern block right here has a voxel shape as well. Highly recommended to check this one out. You can see it right here. This one is actually two different shapes, and it has a horizontal rotation shape. So you can see there's quite a few different things. So the lectern, if you take a look at it, it has like a stair type of thing at the top, and a normal sort of base shape. Highly recommended to check this one out and then see how those actually get set up. That is a very, very interesting point. But for our case, we're going to make it actually quite simple, way more simple than anything else has to be. We want to override the getShape method over here, exactly this one, and we simply are going to return the shape variable. That's pretty much everything that we need to do in this case, and that is all we need. So for a custom voxel shape, That's all we need. Now, you don't always need custom voxel shapes, but I mean, obviously, as soon as you have a block that's smaller than 16 by 16 by 16 within some margin, then basically you always want a custom voxel shape. Next up is the registration of the block. This is pretty much all the same that we've seen previously. So this one is going to be the pedestal underscore block, and here the pedestal underscore block as well. This is the pedestal block class, if you can imagine it. And I think this is all fine except for the light level. This, of course, does not need a light level. I think that's going to be okay. And then we can proceed to go through all of the rest of the different things. For example, the pedestal block added right here. Then we get to the data gen, where, of course, I mean, first of all, we're going to add it's just dropping itself. That's going to be fine. Then the block tags, I did put in the tag for requires correct tool. So we, of course, need to add it to the pickaxe mineable. The rest is going to be totally fine. And then when it comes to the model, now, of course, we once again will have a custom JSON file that we're going to add over here. Luckily, this is as easy as the declare custom item model. We want to do block models dot. We want to use the create non-template model block right here, mod blocks dot. This is going to be the pedestal block dot get. And there we go. And that's pretty much it. Like, that is all we need to do for the block model. Once again, luckily super frigging simple. The rest here is fine. And then in the, the translation is super simple. And also I will change this to just being the pedestal over here. I feel like pedestal underscore block is a little bit redundant. So then we're going to go to the tutorial models folder, make a new directory called block. And that is where the pedestal.json is going to go. There we go. And here, of course, first of all, in the textures block, we're going to add the pedestal.png, and that is going to be right here. Perfect. And here, of course, within the JSON file, always double check the textures because they basically never come with the correct formatting over here. Tutorial mod : block / pedestal, and the same for the particles over here. And then you're good to go as long as you have this basically the exact same that we've seen in the other JSON files. Now with that set up, actually, we have everything we need. It sounds crazy, but it is indeed true. Let's run the data gen, and once that is through, well, then we can jump into the game and see if it works. Our fans are back in Minecraft. As you can see, the pedestal has been successfully added to the game, and there we freaking have it. Now, if you also take a look at it, the bounding box here is slightly smaller than of a complete block, and if I were to, let's say like step on it, it actually does look much better over here, because otherwise I would be floating slightly in the air, as you can see, because like obviously it's not 100% the correct size. But yeah, that is the pedestal over here in this case added. We're gonna do some cool, we're gonna basically continue to do some cool things with the pedestal over here, but that is a custom block model added to Minecraft. Awesome. And that's going to be it for this tutorial right here. Thank you to all the members that joined the channel in the last couple of weeks. It's been quite crazy. Don't forget that you can get 14 days early access if you join as a Stonebricks member, including to this video right here, which is custom paintings. Hope to see you there. So, yeah.